Hi, how's it going? This is Resident of Collinwood for YouTube, and I'm back with my second and final video for today. My friends, take a trip with me, for on the edge of a town called Bangor, which is in the state of Maine, sits a high, towering hospital. Not just any hospital, a mental hospital. A mental hospital called WindCliff Sanitarium. And inside the walls of WindCliff, will you get treatment? Yes. Yes, you will get treatment. Um, but, here's the issue, too. Your doctors, well, they'll treat you, but they're also looking for fame. These doctors have more agendas than politicians, okay? That's what I'll say. Case in point, Dr. Julia Hoffman. And I would dare say there's a lot more doctors like a Julia Hoffman inside WindCliff, maybe more than we even know about. Because keep in mind, Maggie Evans' death is faked. She goes to WindCliff Sanitarium, and inside that hospital, yes, she is getting treatment. That's why what I will give credit of Dr. Julia Hoffman. Hoffman is trying to get her to reach her. And yes, in some sense, in every way, she is telling Joe, Dr. Dave Woodard and Maggie's father, Sam Evans, the truth of Maggie is lost in her own subconscious. Yeah, in every way, she's telling the truth. But with every truth she tells, there's an agenda behind it. Yeah, there is something wrong with this girl, but I want to find out what she's hiding before I tell anybody else, because I want my name written down in the history books with the greatest doctors ever. And my friends, well, there's one Dr. Julia Hoffman, there's probably 10 like her. Not the same sex or name, mind you, but there behind those treatments are agendas. And what those agendas are could either keep you a patient in that insane asylum for the rest of your life, but could also save your goddamn life. Maggie Evans is visited by the ghost of Sarah Collins in WindCliff, and it is the biggest middle finger a ghost can give to two different people at the same exact time. One to Dr. Julia Hoffman and the other to her brother Barnabas. Yeah! I love Sarah Collins for that, by the way. You're free, girl. You're free. Look, WindCliff Sanitarium, to me, is where the insane aren't as crazy as they seem. They've suffered traumatic experiences either with the supernatural or with some other world being. WindCliff isn't your, 10 years later you're gonna have, or 11 years later you're gonna have Smiths Grove Warren County Sanitarium in Haddonfield. WindCliff is not your Smiths Grove. Its security is very tight. Its doctors, they're agenda driven. Yes, they'll help you, but they have their own goals in mind. Those needles, they ain't for show, kids. There's sedative in those needles, and you will get a sedative faster than you will get a rabies injection when bitten by a wild fucking animal. Okay? Or, if you want a more better reference, you will get an ejection faster than you will win the lottery. Okay? It's just that simple. My references are bad today, but you get what I'm saying. You will get a sedative faster than you can say, hey, there you go, I got one. And as far as the electric shock treatment, well, my friends, electric shock they will exactly do to you when they damn well fucking feel like it, and feel like it they definitely will. Lobotomies, I'd never heard of any lobotomies going down in WindCliff, not saying there haven't been any. Who knows, right? I will say this, inside those walls, inside those padded rooms, as safe as you might have been from whatever brought you there, You were opening up yourself to a whole new level of unforeseen, not necessarily danger, but unpredictability. It's not that the treatments were bad, it's the people behind the treatments had intentions of their own. And those intentions were like two-sided coins. There was a heads and there was a tails, and you best fucking hope it land on the goddamn good side, whatever side that they chose it to be. Because if they chose to fucking get rid of your ass and bury you in that sanitarium, they damn well would have and had no problem doing so. Inside the walls of WindCliff, my friends, the person you're walking past inside that straitjacket might be the most sanest person you've ever met in your life. But whatever brought them there, I assure you, was fucking legitimate. Keep in mind, Maggie's illness was legitimate. Hoffman wasn't lying about that. But what Hoffman isn't telling them is, this patient is my golden ticket to my biggest success fame ever. It's like the word fame was just as important as the initials M and D to those doctors inside the walls of WindCliff. The word fame and being wrote down in that history book for discovering something famous or curing something that wasn't ever heard of, vampirism, was important. The walls of WindCliff, if they could talk, they would scream, "Get these patients the hell out of here!" And don't ever, ever bring them back. Because these doctors, my friends, their personality is as split as Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde himself. No, they're not necessarily cold-blooded killers, but let me tell you something. Killing their patients would have done their patients a favor. Giving their patients sedative and electric shock treatment and burying their patients in a padded room was worse than any prison cell you could have ever been sentenced to. And really, that's my evaluation of WindCliff Sanitarium. I know this video isn't long, but trust me, if the walls of WindCliff could talk, they would scream for the very patients they held. For if those walls could talk, the terror would surely scream. No more sedatives! Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. You guys have a great weekend. All the Dark Shadows fans out there, have a great weekend. God bless and take care.